All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls. Good day, one and all. How are we all doing today? Hope we're all well. Time to get this show on the road. As always, guys, welcome to another stream. Welcome to another edition of the London session. Good morning, good afternoon, and a very, very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Looking forward to seeing what happens here today. Obviously, have the metals now bottomed? Have we officially bottomed? That still remains to be seen, but looks like we are forming some pretty solid support off the high time frame level on gold, also silver, also bouncing. So the metals look like they may have found pretty solid ground at the minute. Silver around that $75 region, gold above that 4,500, and we are safely above it now. So interesting to see what happens moving forward throughout the week. Is it just a pullback to grab some more upside liquidity before it makes another move down, or is this the bottom in, and are we going to continue on with that big strong bull trend that we've been in for the past more than a few years now, to be honest? Alrighty guys, in the meantime though, you guys know the drill. YouTube, don't forget, please smash that like button. You really need to help me out. Smash that like button. Don't be shy to say g'day in the chat as well. Let's get the algorithm ticking. Let's get more onto the stream. We are without doubt the best stream when it comes to free Forex education. Consistent, just the same consistent approach, consistent results, and doing things the right way. So again, guys, please make sure to hit that like button, and let's get underway. Let's have a look at the news to begin, see what we got moving forward here today in regards to our session. So we've had high impact news for the Australian dollar, and as predicted, the cash rate did increase. So that's no shock at all. They've been talking about it for quite some time. Moving forward into NY, we do have Dodge job opening, so there is some high impact news to come. That is a couple hours into the NY session. You've also got an FOMC board member speaking, so be on the lookout for that. Alrighty guys, but let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's have a look at the charts and let's see what we can come up with moving forward here today. Let's start with the gold. So the weekly long lower wick didn't quite tap into that level I mentioned yesterday at 43.30 is a potential level. If we broke the previous, well, what was the previous daily, that count was low at that time, which we obviously never did. So we may have found a ground here, may have found a floor. Looks like there is a good chance that we're going to come back up to create that upper wick just now. Let's have a look at the daily no low wick, but how often have we seen that of late? I mean, all throughout this move up, many candles had no low wicks before it pushed bullish. Previous candle had no upper wick before it closed back bearish. Current candle is no low wick and is fast approaching previous daily candles high. As we can see, the daily did tap into multiple levels of support and close above those levels. So once again, this suggests to me that the likelihood the bottom is in is quite probable, in my personal opinion. So let's just, what can we use mark in that weekly counters high? Let's go down to the 4 hour time frame. So as we can see, structure wise, nothing's changed. We are still in fact bearish, but we have now pretty much confirmed a high low, approaching a level of interest, approaching resistance here to the left hand side, where obviously that lines up with the current weekly candles open. So let's just mark in that level. We used the bullish candle wick to begin, and what we're going to do is mark in the spot. We'll use the bearish candle wick and we'll adjust it if need be on the 15. So onto the M15 here, and I'm just going to adjust this slightly to the downside, that being the highest point of any bearish candle at the resistance. As far as support, that level could pretty much just remain. That is in fact the lowest point of any bullish candle at the support. So that to me is our current 4 hour range. 15-minute structure as well, I can tell you, has flipped back bullish. So with the 15-minute structure flipping back bullish, the daily forming a strong bullish candle, approaching the high of that previous daily candle, now have the options to buy it. So yesterday I wasn't really keen on looking for buy options, guys. If you remember, I was more looking for downside potential. I did call a trade. Personally, I took a little position on it. Hard to the thing is, I was mentioning to my team after the stream, some of them took it. It's not easy because a lot of these trades at the minute, because of the fact the volume is still huge. I mean, these candles are still $30-$40 candles. You need to be very quick with the trade management. Not all of you have an EA to help you manage a trade. For me, if it quickly pops into 50-60 profit and it's a decent profit on the table, I just close the whole thing. By the time I actually get that across, that splits 3-second delay or whatever it is with latency between YouTube and me, to be honest, it pops back up, so you maybe miss out. So it's difficult, guys. You really got to be on the pulse with these trades. But anyway, options here today. So as we are approaching resistance and still technically bearish in a 4-hour, it's also the weekly high and the weekly open. If in fact we do break the, obviously create the upward and weekly, reject the resistance here to the left hand side, and then perhaps it could be just a bit of a liquidity grab. And if we begin to pop back below that 48.90 sort of region, then off the back of that, I would look for opportunities to take a sell. So I'm still trusting the sells, guys, if it does present. So that would be the sell option, one sell option. Now the other sell option, probably quite obvious, guys, for those who watch me on the regular. Got this support here, obviously the most recent support, which lines up perfectly with the Asian range low. So if we were to sweep the Asian range low, pop back up to reject, in a pull away, we do have some clean traffic below this level here at, let me just mark it in, that's that accordingly, 4729.30 to be exact. So I could look for some potential sell options from below that point there. Now for the buyers, guys, so again, 15-minute structure bullish, daily forming a strong bullish candle, and we are pretty much about to, right now, breaking the high of that previous daily. Price pull back. As long as we remain above this, basically this blue support here, going to remain bullish on the M15 time frame, and the did in fact pull back to that point there, I would look for a buy catalyst or a potential catalyst on confirmation of support forming. Look for a buy to take it back up. Now further options, obviously, guys, if we begin to break above the resistance just above the weekly high, what would be nice to see is price actually pop above it, trigger in some sellers, trap those sellers, even retest the Asian range high, only to pop back above the resistance. And if we do so, we've got some clean traffic back up towards that 5k region. So the back of that, I would definitely consider options for a buy position. So that is basically it for the gold, guys. That is what I'm looking at. Hopefully it makes sense. We do have better options today, I feel. Yesterday I was more looking for the sells. Today I do believe the buys are just as probable as the sells. Just need to wait for price to get to a level of interest. So that is my personal opinion of the gold, guys. Make of that what you will. And we can have a look at German 40. Let's move on. This chart I just recently sent into the members group, just stuck in a bit of a range here on the 4-hour. It's also flipped very bullish at the minute. We've got the weekly forming a strong bullish candle. Let's just quickly remove the drawings. It does have a lower high, lower low, but it is forming strong bullish nonetheless. Daily candle probabilities are bullish, but we are at a daily resistance just now. No real low wick. Onto the 4-hour. So the 4-hour we can see is at resistance and is so far rejecting. So as far as a level to look for potential opportunities to take a sell from, this is definitely one of them. But you need some sort of price action catalyst to do so. So let's pull up the drawings and let's have a look at it and go down to the 15. So for me, the catalyst would be rejection yet again, this resistance, and if you can get in from a double top confirmation, sells would be really good. It could get involved potential longer term sell. Aside from that, I'd be looking for a clean break of the support here at 24,837 because you do have some choppiness to the left. I'd rather cut through that, pull back, perhaps retest the Asian range low and begin to pull away once you have the right confirmation and look for a potential sell option. And the only other thing I would consider at the minute is really just buys above the resistance here in line with the actual structure itself. Not a great deal of margin, but still would be enough up to that 25k flat region. So that is the market update, guys, on both gold and German 40. Now personally, I'm in a position on silver. Open it up before market close actually this morning. I'm pretty confident that the low could be in. Based off the level, 75 level had been respected. I did have a limit order which I did remove yesterday at 75 because of the volatility. But when I woke up today and started to see we had been forming a little bit of structure here in the minor time frame to the upside, and respected multiple times that 75 region after pulling back to it. It's enough for me to trust to open a position. So more you know, trying to get in a bit early. To be honest, I'm trailing my stop up already. I've got my stop at around $83 at the minute, so it's well into profit. The stop loss on that, and I was in from 79, just a tad over $79, 79.1. So running some good profit on that one. That is how I currently stand with the charts. Hope you guys are doing well. Tony Gold, g'day to you. Peter J, Michael Hughes, and Carl. Welcome. Everyone else, don't be shy. Say g'day, let me know you're out there. Let me know how you are going. I know some of my team are in positions on gold and are killing it from lower down from the 4,500 region. Gold also, just quickly, you have a 30-minute interruption, but it's tapped in. It's tapped into resistance. Otherwise, that would be ideal. And look at that, guys. That was well before the stream. We did have a confirmation, a delayed interruption on the M30 price pullback tagged in, and look at it now. Such a solid entry. Such a solid entry. You learned about it first on this stream, and we just don't get the credit on the stream. Even though we kill it time and time again. My team. We'll let you guys in on the call. So at a resistance, so the level where we definitely could see a bit of a rejection from. I've got silver also at a resistance at the minute, currently rejecting. Need it to pop above the Asian range high, so I'm trailing my stop to pretty much this swing point here. So there's a good chance it could get taken out, but it's all right. Happy either way. Yeah, but we'll see. Mr. James Webb, g'day to you, my friend. Hope you're well. Hope your old man's doing well as well. Michael Hughes, the interruption candle is the best. It definitely is, mate. It's such a solid setup. Just it presents quite regularly too, when you, especially when there is a lot of volume in the markets, as there is, obviously, pretty much the whole year on gold and silver. There's been heaps of volume, mainly to the upside, but obviously to the downside for the last few days, last week. But often leaves these little interruption candles. The issue, same issue as yesterday, guys. These candles are huge. They don't look at, that's a $25 candle in itself. It's a 250 pip stop on the trade. So as per yesterday, if you're gonna take a trade, you really need to, again, I will pretty much always use floating risk. So I use fixed lot sizes and just adjust according to you know, stop loss and how comfortable I am in a trade. So I'm always comfortable in trades I take, but some of them a lot more than others. Some of them are top notch entries. But right now, like I mentioned to my team on gold, I'm even just choosing percent risk. If I'm trading my normal account, I'm just going 1% risk because I just don't trust the volatility. On a little side account, couldn't care less, to be honest. It's just risking it for the biscuit type of thing. But yeah, definitely a level of anticipating a bit of a reaction from. Let's see if we could in fact maybe get involved in some sells. Michael, be careful. Lot size, yep. Oh, wow, it's really dumping. Probably going to get taken out on my silver position by the looks of it. But all good. Yeah, look at that. Really strong reaction to the resistance. So up at the weekly open, the open for the week. Massive reaction to it. This candle is just a little more than 5 minutes old, and we have already dropped up to tap in almost $30. These are moves, guys, that back in the day, I mean, gold would struggle to move $30 in a day. I mean, that would be a big move back in the day. Now it's a one candle. Now the length of the daily candle, you're looking at $400-500 candles. It's from top to bottom. It's absolutely crazy. Doesn't make it easy to trade. Let's see if we can maybe get some 5-minute support here. A little bit of 5-minute support and rejection, and a close below to 5-minute support. Closing the 15-minute back bearish engulfing would be fantastic. Maybe off the back of that we could ponder some potential sell options. Shall let the TikTok crew in. So let me know, guys, how have you found it? Obviously towards the end of last week and the beginning of this week. Do you like this volatility? For me, look, I don't mind it, but again, I'm not comfortable trading my normal account with it because the stop losses is huge, and I'd rather wait till it settles down. So I've literally opened a side account for the time being. And that's money I don't care. If I lose it, flip it, fantastic. Still practicing risk management, so I'm still, again, I've got the stop loss well and truly in profit. Barman, yep, appreciate it. Give a like. PJ, I took a big loss last week, mostly my fault. Position size just dumped hard. Cost me big time. Yeah, look, we've all been through that. I've been through that during an NFP news release back in the day, 2019, I think it was. Absolutely got torn a new one on it, lost the account. So it happens, we learn. But just, you know, like I mentioned to Boss Lens yesterday, some Boss Lens I think it was, you just get back on your horse, don't give up, take it on the chin, learn from it and move on. Carl, you like it when you get it right? So do I, mate. Michael, how to get your positions and stop losses in place? It is, and you get slipped. It's just, you can't help it. It happens because of the fact that there's so much volume about. Even when you press the trigger on a market order, you get slipped. You never get in at the position that you thought you'd get in at. So that's something to be wary of as well under these sort of conditions. It's exciting, I understand, because you can quickly profit, and big profits too. You can see some really big profits, but if you're not careful, you can get absolutely destroyed. And you're not going to feel great about it. So if you're struggling a bit with that, do what I've done for the time being. Just open a small side account while the volatility is a bit crazy and have a bit of fun with it. Don't take it too serious because, again, these candles are just huge, big stop losses. Peter, candle sizes for your stop loss is ridiculous, so it's so easy to use the wrong lot. Yeah, it is at the minute. Yep, because even as a scalper, I mean, having to go down to the 5 minutes to use stop loss is not great. And even, to be honest, even using a 5-minute candle high or low, for the most part, you're still looking at about 150 plus pips. Let's just measure from high to low this candle, 180. So if that was your confirmation, let's just say, just using this as an example, and price begun to break low of that candle, you're looking at about 200 pip stop based off a 5-minute confirmation, which to me, this is not a confirmation anyway. But that's the whole issue at the minute. So I think it's something I'm gonna have to put up with for a little while yet, to be honest. It was a big nasty shakeout, and it wrecked a lot of people. I do believe a lot of it's to do with the banks needing to short or get out paper contracts because of the Basel III Accord. And it gave them the option to buy back in lower down as well. So that's why I believe the low could be back in, to be honest. You must believe in Jesus. Fair enough, mate. We don't preach religion on the stream, but not annoying me by saying that, so all good. And can trading change your life? It can. Definitely can. I mean, it's helped me do some really good things. It's helped me to secure a loan. I needed at least a 50% deposit for my loan because I'm not a national of the country I bought the house in, and that's for my son. So it helped me secure that. Helps pay for many things, and it helps me for my future as well. But so does Wise. Gotta be careful not to use the I word in case it triggers the robot. Wise accumulation of the right materials. Make of that what you will. I'll type it in the chat. There you go. Just in case I get a bad saying the I word, because none of this is financial advice. Arafin, g'day to you, mate. I hope you're well. Welcome. Thank you for that message the other day. Glad that you've learned a lot from your time in the group when you were in the group, and glad to see you're doing well. Nox, when you're dropping an entry, if it presents, whenever it presents. Right now it's not presenting. So I was looking for rejection in this resistance. I need some sort of confirmation. I need again that minor support perhaps on the 5, which we could be getting here in 2 minutes time, and then maybe if the following candle engulfs in 5, I could potentially look for a sell. How's it going? And hides the other M. All good, hope you're well. Andrew, appreciate your time, advice, sir. Thank you. Appreciate the fact that you appreciate. You're requesting 22.5k tomorrow. Nice one. Nice work. Arafin, yeah, been doing great this year so far. Trade all Asia, got a buy running from 600. Nice one. Yeah, Asian insertion again seems to be where it's at. Guys, hit a like button or smash the screen. Sorry, TikTok, YouTube, you can hit the like button. So watching gold to see, right? Potentially got a 5-minute support form below the resistance. We have tapped in, we are respecting it. So now we basically just need to see this as a strong confirmation on the following candle. The issue will be stop loss. So again, you guys, you're just really gonna have to be quick with trade management. There's only so much I can do, seeing there's this 3-second delay, latency delay, roughly. I really can't do much if it does something like this where, okay, we've got the confirmations going up a wick, shits the bed, it's just dropped like 50 to 100 pips, and I've decided quickly to close on my MagicKeys, press close. In the meantime, what it does, shoots straight back up to entry, and in fact back into drawdown, flips back bullish. And you guys, what do? Are you closed yet, or where's your stop loss? There is not much I can do when it comes to this sort of volume in the markets. Just need to, I can give you what I'm looking at, and you guys need to be really quick to try to manage it yourself. Mac Gaming Live, thank you for sharing the stream, and I hope you're doing well. Arafin, you remember when you used advising? Yep, I told you guys about silver at $20 and $30. Yep, how's your bag silver? Doing really well, man. Even on the most recent drop, I'm still well in blue when it comes to the physical position. But either way, did not worry me whatsoever, because the thing is, when you hold it in your hands, when you hold the metal itself, the coin, the bullion, whatever it is, you're not forced to sell it. You don't need to liquidate. So to me, it's just another buying opportunity. It's just hard to get your hands on it, but there is a little bit flying around on those today, so I'll probably purchase again. Yo, buying X Instinct. Not in a minute, just waiting. The menace, what's the Discord? It's my VIP group, so it's with the TikTok code, it's less than $1 a day, and you get access to the full course, which is updates have been coming thick and fast of late, plus a hell of a lot more, plus all the live calls away from the stream, which is minimum 4 times a week. Absolutely doing bits with the VIP, so much better value than any other one, I believe personally, and I've been involved in a few. Ranko, good morning to you, mate. Nags, good morning to you. Welcome, YouTube team. Don't forget to smash that like button, please. Still, the volatility is bananas here. I mean, look at this candle. It's just up and down about $10 either way. The menace, all good. Remember asking for silver bullion for Christmas when I was around 12 years old. Nice one, man. I hope you got it. My son asked for gold and silver all the time. Unbelievable. He's 10. Chip off the old man's block, isn't he? Love it, to be honest. It's unreal. So he's gonna be he's gonna have some cash, that's for sure. Arafin, I'll leave you to have a good trading session. Nice one, mate. Take care. Thank you for popping on. User IO. Hey bro, what's your buy zone? Well, on gold, lower the better, 47.68. But I mean, I suppose I should be marking that level in as potential buy zone, 48.20. So again, that's another level, guys. Sorry, I didn't even pick it up before. I wasn't paying attention, but that is definitely another level of support form within the current day's candle on the move to the upside to the resistance. So if we did reject the resistance and I cannot find a way to get involved in the sell, a potential buy from back above that support on being given the right confirmation within price action, that could potentially present back at the support around that 48.20 sort of region, 48.10. Gonna buy on gold right now. Nintendo, I would be cautious because you're at the resistance, which is also the weekly candle flip, which looks good, but you got to bear in mind you're at some pretty solid resistance on the 4 hour. You got 15-minute, you can see it here. So to me, it did just reject that high. I'd rather be above it. Look, maybe if it engulfs, it could be the option, because it's actually a 4 hour bullish candle wick, so not all that concerned by this candle's wick. When we go down to the 15, we can see it's actually clean. So perhaps, guys, perhaps if we have the bullish engulfing scenario and we pop above the Asian range high, retest it, we could get in buys from just above the resistance at 48.95. So we just remove that because we could have options to the upside or downside. What I could just do as well, could do this. We're drawing 2 zones here. So we'll see. Guys, don't forget to follow, do all that good stuff. Like, press the button on, press the screen, I mean, smash the screen, hit likes, get the likes up. Some of us golden lanes, come on to you here again to learn. Nice one. Nice one, mate. Good to have you as always on stream. So 9 minutes remaining. Will we get an opportunity to take a buy, guys? So as mentioned, the sells, there's no confirmation to do so unless we close below the support create here, at least in the 5 minutes. So we're rejecting, we're popping back up towards the current day's high. Let's see if we can actually close above it. Carl currently in this. Nice one, mate. Nice work. So you're planning to hold it? You're going to trail your stop loss, or just get to break even at some point? Or I had that conundrum on silver before, but I do like it. I mean, this looks good. Because for me, I'm trying to flip a small account while the volatility is a bit nuts. So I'd rather trail the stop and still accumulate decent profit. But at the same time, I was thinking, should I just hold? Not even get to break even, not even have a stop loss. And it's not something I recommend doing. Unless you're willing to really lose the whole account. I do not recommend doing it, guys. But I thought, nah, I've got to be responsible. Maybe be a little bit more risky with the entry. Leave a little bit more room for it to do its thing, but don't take a loss, that's for sure. Those partials hold, the rest at grey resistance. Okay, nice one, mate. Thank you to the new followers on TikTok. Nintendo, I'm ready for profit of 4K. I want another entry. From what, mate? You just need to wait for a confirmation. You get the right confirmation, by all means, go for it, mate. Forward position. Am I gonna think what profit would be if I trail my stop? And might be a bit tight though. Silver's pushing, actually. Silver's looking pretty good. Yeah, I'm just trailing it up a bit. So I've moved the stop up to 83,730 in silver. Dive, you don't get bans from TikTok anymore like you used to. No, mate. I think I've worked out what are the trigger words in that. So I think I'm okay. I think I've got a decent track record now. So I think yeah, I'm all good to go. I just still got to be careful with some words that I say. And yeah, but otherwise pretty good. Welcome to the stream. It's going to be bullish until it indicates a change. Yeah, potentially. It's at a level where it could potentially begin to change, but to me it's still going to be quite bullish until now we flip the structure in M15. Or 4-hour close is strong bearish from the resistance. That could also indicate that we could be ready to come back down. Nintendo are making the 5-minute past candle the high and low. Breaks the high, I think you mean can enter. Just based off of where, if it sort of breaks the high, you're going to enter. If it breaks low, you're going to enter a sell. Yeah, look, it's not really how I roll, to be honest, but I wish you all the best. Solo Andrew, that's a pretty good point. Hi, Flight Ghost, this is the OF. Thank you, mate. I think the text on the screen helps a lot about education. Yeah, it's just potential levels. It doesn't mean I just set orders. I didn't even realize I was showing. I must have adjusted the center screen display capture. But anyway, not being hit for ban, so I'll leave it. But yeah, it's just the levels that I'm interested in looking for potential confirmations from. Doesn't mean I'm obviously setting a buy limit there or sell, whatever, at the resistance. Just gives you an indication what sort of levels I'm looking for potential entries. Wow, silver's pushing, guys. Into some pretty clean traffic as well. Assuming no, platinum's not, so it's just silver leading the charge at the minute. Oh, it's really breaking. Josh, my man, what are you doing with your position? Are you just letting it ride? You can come on the mic. Or still holding?
Yeah.
Nice one, man. Nice one.
Just got the one position on gold and silver.
Are you trailing stops at all, or not really?
No, I haven't yet. But I was
Okay.
I was thinking about closing the silver at 85, but I might just see what it does here.
Yeah. Well, it's popping above. It's into pretty clean traffic.
Yeah, I might start trailing soon.
Yeah, I'm already trailing.
When did you get back in?
This morning, our time, but before the market closed, actually.
Yep.
Just mainly based on what, when I woke up, seeing that, to me, it looked like we formed some pretty strong support at the level, you know, that 75 to 70 sort of dollar region. So to me, at the back of that, it was not really a technical level that was interesting. I just wanted to see a stronger confirmation that we could have found a bottom before entering the market. Yep. So 75 was a good level, man, though. Really, really well done to get involved at 75, because you're rocking the profit.
Yeah, I don't think it'll come back down, but
yeah,
risk it too, so.
Who knows, mate? Who knows? But yeah, it's currently doing its bits, so doing bits for us.
The silver on the 0.01 is up to like $800.
Wow. There you go, guys. So risking the lowest possible risk, and that's the return you can get. That's unreal, man. Good work.
And the gold is on 550 at a 0.01.
Wow.
4,500.
Better than kick up the ass, isn't it? Nice work, man. Nice work. Might trail this up a bit more. Let's see. 1 minute left on gold. We need it to close above here. So I know you just need confirmation and advice. Someone more experience. That's fair enough, mate. But again, you guys are pretty much on your own when it comes to the entries today. I mean, I'll call it. I'll likely take it, but trade management, it's going to be so quick because of the volatility. So I give you an idea of what I'm doing, but you guys need to manage it accordingly. I can't do much about the fact it could pop up 50 to 100 pips in seconds where I take some profit and it pops straight back to the entry. So that's exactly what it did yesterday. Exactly what it did. Literally dropped 60 pips within about 3-4 seconds. So that is the latency. It's about 3 seconds. It pops straight back up to the entry. So in the meantime, I just quickly press close as it dropped. All right, so no upper wick, no entry. Upper wick means no entry. Look, Solo Andrew agreed. Yep, if you're up 4K, why do you don't need to trade? You've had a good day, just chill. Put it this way, if I was up 4K for today, come stream time, I would be going like cent lots because I wouldn't want to give it back. I'd still only call an actual quality trade, but Why risk it if you're having a really good day? What was that? I don't even eat mango. I've got mango on my finger. So Andrew, it's like a month's wage. It is in pretty much every country these days. Guy sup, what are we waiting for? Well, was looking for a close above the resistance. We didn't get it. Closed an upper wick or rejection and close below support on the M5. Yeah, true. The more you stay off the market, the more you protect capital. Yep. The whole point of becoming a profitable trader is to enjoy your life. So Andrew, yep. Enjoy the benefits of, you know, what you can get through your training. Give us a sec, guys. Be back in 2 seconds. All right, Carl woke up early, but was before stream. Otherwise, would have sent before. All good. Sure. So, all good, my friend. Also, a UJ buy looking to add above the 1 hour resistance if it gets a UJ buy. Okay, so you mean above this resistance is clean? I'm assuming above that resistance. UJ's flipped back bullish. That made a big sell off too towards the midweek last week. Huge sell off it actually made. Also the explain this is just the Aussie dollar because that's been going up, but obviously high impact news for the Aussie, and it was good for in regards to the currency. Probably not good for those who have loans and so on. Doesn't really impact me. All good. Yes, it's just the Aussie off the back of the news, but otherwise it's like majors still selling off a bit. Back to the gold. Let's see what happens here. If we get a 15-minute bearish engulfing, there could be options. But another theory today as well, that why the crash. So, but I heard this a while back that the banks had already flipped from naked short to long, but apparently another one of the economists I respect said that was officially happened on at the end of last week. The major banks in the US flipped from exited their short positions and flipped the script to long on the metals. But again, it lines up with the Basel III Accord either way, so I think it's maybe a bit of both. Also, another thing is because the contracts were expiring at the end of January, and there were more options. People would, well, not people, funds, banks, hedge funds, whatever, were requesting delivery. So that was another reason why, apparently, potentially what caused the crash, because obviously they can push the price down. Won't cost them as much if they have to purchase the actual physical silver to deliver, and it gives them an option to get in themselves at a better rate. So the metals markets is just pretty much just as manipulated as any other market. Bitcoin, crypto. So Moscow lens, I just discovered the more you desperate to make more money without confirmation, the more you lose funds. I actually thought I have learnt so much from you until I allowed emotions to get, yep, it happens. That's another thing I've mentioned to my members, because it happened to me. You think you got the better of it, and you think you've finally cracked it, and you can do this, and you can do it as a living, and then you take a loss, and it could be a slightly more substantial loss, and the emotion starts creeping. You want to get it back, and then you do something stupid and you dig a hole. So it happens. So again, like I mentioned to you yesterday, mate, you need to just have a proper plan. Make sure you're journaling, so you know what you're doing, you know, right, what you're doing wrong. Don't worry so much about the wrong things. Just flick them off completely and focus on the positives. And then, you know, that works for you. You can just focus on that. If it's 1 or 2 particular entries, just literally focus on that and trust yourself. Allow yourself to take a loss. It's just normal. It's a normal part of trading. Don't, you know, jump back in. That's where the rules in your trading plan come into place, and you need to be strict with it and stick to it. It's cliche, I know. I say it all the time, but it's so bloody true, guys. It is so true. And there's a reason why I say it, because just the more I say it, the more it filters through. The more you understand it, the more you might, you know, when you're about to do something stupid, just think of me sitting over your shoulder. And don't you dare do it. Tickety talk, what's going on, TikTok? Why are the numbers down so much? Man gets no love on TikTok anymore. All right, gold. Let's see. We're attempting to pop above the resistance yet again. So let's have a look at a 30 now. Seeing we are drawing close to the close of it. Be nice to maybe see it pop above. The good thing is we have triggered in sells on the 15. So it's not like we've come from lows without any reaction to the resistance. Again, if we begin to pop above it, it could be some options here. Let's have a look at the hourly. I know it's still a while for that candle to close. Let's have a look at the 4 hour as well. 4 hours, so you'd be in line, breaking the high of the previous 4 hour. Could be a really tricky area though, to be honest. For our guys, we've got the cluster interruption as well. 47, 45 roughly. All right, so just over 5 minutes remaining, guys. So we need to be above. Still not closed above. Wow, gold. Look at that. So we're breaking on gold here. This to me is a big level, so it's okay, it's fine. We can break it. We've now flipped the weekly candle. It's officially now flipped back bullish. Break that up a wick. Now what's going to be important to see is the retest of it. And if we do remain above it, then it could be a potential delayed interruption. But again, the main issue here is the stop loss is going to be something out of this world. Because technically speaking, with this entry, and you have to be technical about it, you got to use the interruption candle itself as the stop loss, lowest point. That is a 300 pip stop once you count for spread. What is a man to do? So guys, if you understand the entry, if you like the entry, what I would suggest to do, if it is valid, we need to wait 3 minutes. This is what I'd suggest to do. Now, up to you guys to manage it. You know, just risk 1%. That would be what I'm looking at, basically. I'd probably get to break even maybe halfway in, because you wouldn't want to take a loss. Maybe secure at 1-to-1. That's 1-to-1 would be somewhere around here without actually measuring it. And I just target the resistance back at that 49.33. But it needs to close very strong bullish, and it'd be a buy limit. Thank you guys for the follows. TikTok, YouTube. Also, don't forget to subscribe. TikTok, don't forget to jump across the YouTube stream at some point. What else? What else could we do in regards to an actual entry here? But the only other thing is the continuation. So we wanted to retest because this is the first 5-minute candle. And I wouldn't go down to lower than 5. That's actually closed above. So this is the first candle that I'm interested in that's actually closed above the resistance. So without the retest of that level, where you could potentially look at the limit order, but without the retest of that level, I would not consider continuation buys. If it pulls back to tap in, as long as it closes above, rejects and begins to bounce off, I'd buy stop the high of the catalyst candle. Stop loss below potentially the entry candle wick, but I'd rather it pop back down below of this, back into the range below. So again, guys, I'll be as quick as I can to give you guys what I'm looking at, but you need to manage it yourself because it's just so quick at the minute. So for it to be valid on the interruption, it needs to close strong here. It looks like it could. Otherwise, what you're looking at is a potential continuation buy. So the highest point, depending on your broker, my broker's chart is 49.0170. So I'll be looking at 49.02 flat. 49.0210 as a potential entry point. Spreads are quite good on my broker. So we've got a confirmation for the interruption. So if you want the limit order, you could look to place a pending limit order. Back and I have that bearish candle. Either way, for me, there'd be no entry until we retest. So if you want to take the retest itself, a bit riskier, but it is technically valid. So that level is going to be, let me just quickly check, 48.9406. They're your options. So without the retest, for me, I would not take an entry. Whether you want to take the buy limit at the retest, up to you, or wait for it to tap in and begin to flip. That's your option. Try and keep you as posted as I possibly can. Nintendo, you've added more at 48.98. Okay, mate. I wish you luck. Oh, it's popping up. All right. There she goes, guys. And you got to be so technical with it. You really need to be so technical with it, because it could have easily just tagged you in and dumped. So again, that's why I have a plan. That's why I have rules, and I stick to it. So the delayed interruption is still valid. The delayed buy limit is now still valid. Anyone who's running a position off the break, I wish you luck and well done. Be careful. I'd be at break even because you're already running what, about 70 pip profit. Black box breakout, nice one. That's my silver position going. So gold's taking a lead now. Silver's taking a bit of a break. It's on the back burner. I'm trailing my silver stop loss. Right. And YouTube guys, quickly, if you could, make sure hit that like button for us. Let's get the masses onto the stream. Wow, gold absolutely pushing. Happy days. Nice work if anyone took a gold buy. Wow, look at the volatility on it. This candle is huge. Nintendo, you're on 6k. Nice one, mate. Just don't give it back, whatever you do. You're in profit, don't be greedy. Again, 6k is more than a month's wage in nearly any country around the world, average wage. I'd actually guess it is more than the average wage of any country around the world. Maybe not Switzerland, I'm not sure. Black box breakout, you're at $200. Thank you for the zone, bro. All good, mate. Well done. Nice work. Glad to see you guys are making profit, even if I didn't personally take a position. Always good to see. These levels are so crucial in my analysis. Really give me good zones to get involved in trades. And it's just obviously waiting for my confirmation, which again, it's all in my course. 150 pages long it is at the minute. See, Bitcoin's also pushed quite bullish after a big drop. Also respecting a very strong level of support around that 75k region. Let's quickly look at German 40 as well. Let's just remove drones. So also approaching level of interest, but it's rejected it twice. So definitely need the closure at this stage above. Our gold is continuing. This is where really you could make some substantial returns. The game could get completely wrecked, so you just need to be really careful. But so long as you're following your game plan that you've proven works for you. I mean, his volatility can be exciting. Just don't be greedy. Marco, it's flying. You're in. Nice one. Good work. Good work, guys. I trail my stop more in silver. Just trying to book in as much profit as I can. Just keep riding this thing at the minute. What would that be? Let me see. Yeah, it's a bit tight. I reckon I'm gonna get stopped out at that point. Let's go here. Alright, that'll do. Funny because in the past, like an $8 to $10 move on silver, that was a swing, honestly. When we're talking about silver when it was $20 and stuck between about $15 to $20 range, which it was stuck in for so freaking long. You know, from around the $25 to $35 level, and now it's making those moves like easy within the day. It's unbelievable, to be honest. PJ looking ugly, not worry about that. GU also popping up in a minute, but approaching a resistance by the looks of it. Still quite bearish, I'm assuming, without really doing a proper rundown. I can quickly have a look at it. Thank you to new sub on YouTube. 4-hour structure. Look, technically speaking, it never really flipped bearish because there is no consecutive candle pullback in opposite direction to the trend within this actual impulse up. This is just what I determined to be pause consolidation, and either way it's respected it. So you could argue the 4 hours technically still bullish in structure. It is approaching a resistance and does look cleaner above that point for maybe potential buy options. We'll know more shortly on the minor time frame here. So let's make our way down to the 15, and I would argue that's also technically bullish, and it's literally come back down to the last significant high and low and is respecting it at the minute. Literally bounced off that level, approaching the resistance. It's just unfortunate you're running straight into some more resistance. There's no real clean areas to the upside at the minute. A bit of a tough one on GU. I'd probably be looking for potential rejection of 137 flat, 137.10. EU is also approaching a minor resistance, respecting a previous resistance to the left, so perhaps it's also found a low. Yeah, for me, I really want to be above 118.30, and then I do believe perhaps it could be the lowest point in the weekly. It is obviously in weekly tapping into some previous resistance, so it could be a potential level it does bounce off. So that's EU. AU, obviously, with the news today, some really good news for the Aussie dollar, and that is continuing to push bullish. EJ consolidation. Look at UJ before consolidating above a resistance. These are old levels, guys. Back to the gold. So they seem to be taking in turns at the minute. Gold's rejecting, silver's going back up. So it's literally tapped into the resistance just a bit above again, guys. How often we see a reaction to these levels? Doesn't mean it won't close through it and push through it, but we normally do see some sort of reaction to these levels. These levels do not lie. How accurate they are, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable, guys. If you want to know how I determine these levels, you need to watch. There is videos on both YouTube and TikTok. How about which explains how I mark up my zones. Gas up, you in trade? Not this one, I'm in silver. Bishop suck. How often do you go live? Monday to Thursday, mate. Occasional Friday, but not so often, to be honest. More Monday to Thursday. Blink silver is going absolutely fantastic. Really doing bits. So I'm in from around this point, around the 79, just right below the 79. So 79.10 is where I am actually in from. I know Josh, one of the members, he was in from 75. He's feeling it. Happy to see it. Pisho, your explanation of how it all works is great. Really helpful. Thank you, mate. Glad you appreciate it. I try to go into as much detail as I possibly can. So, you know, I give away quite a lot for free on the streams, guys. We'll be on with my team later, so enjoy the members only calls. They're good fun. Just remove that level, seeing we are quite a distance from it. Dominic, thank you for sharing the line. Appreciate it. Alex, I think we'll come back to the order block entry for re-entry. Look, possibility, it is the interruption. Often price does pop back down to those candles, the interruption candle. Where it happens soon or not remains to be seen. It may even happen later on into the day. To be honest, if it pops above the high it just created, and it's a good chance we could continue bullish before it does retrace, because again we do have some clean traffic again to the left, and I believe that 5k level will really come into play. In the past you'd be calling me crazy saying gold's going to push to 5k from the current level. Right now it can happen literally in about 15 minutes, 15 or 30 minutes. It's just bananas how crazy the volume is. But as I always say, don't trade. I never trade what I think will happen. Even the silver entry, I still, again, I had a limit order for most of the day yesterday at 75, but I removed it because I didn't like volatility. It approached that level. So I thought I'd rather just wait and see how the daily closes and see what's going on within it. So I was still using technicals and I felt more comfortable. Had I just bought it because I thought it's going to go up, probably wouldn't be feeling as comfortable, to be honest. I do have conviction that it will go up, but still, if I'm trading, I need technical reasons. So I need to react to what the market presents. So I avoid reacting to what I think will happen. I wait for the confirmation. Because a lot of time I used to, in the past, I wanted to buy gold and I was waiting for instance, for this candle to perhaps close and close above was the plan. What I'd do is I'd assume it's going to close above and I just buy it from here when it's flipping bullish, right up maybe a tad, and then we'll flip back bearish, reject this resistance, and back down it comes to support and I get absolutely wrecked. So gone are those days. Now I just trade what I see as opposed to what I think will happen. Dean, all good mate, hope you're well. AWS multimedia, I'm sure missing a trade. There could be an entry on the buy limit still, mate. Pisser, what are some of my biggest losses? Percentage wise, I mean, I've blown accounts on doing stupid shit back in the day. The biggest account I blew off one trade was like a 2k account. That was just literally one trade. I mean, otherwise I've lost bigger amounts, but percentage wise it wasn't a big amount. the returns as well, on the other hand, are, you know, good. So all right, guys, just over 7.5 minutes. 7.5 minutes remaining until session open here. So let's see what goes on at session open. Yeah, the market's a bit tricky with the volatility. And Herbert looks like we on the way up and won't be seeing 4,400 for a while. Potentially the low could be in. Not given, but there is a chance that could be the low. AWS multimedia. No, not. Yeah, I'm rolling a big, well, a silver position from very early into today, but looking at gold, waiting for a retest, and it still could present. So we could be doing one of two things now. We could be just pulling back before London Open, just to grab a little bit more downside liquidity in order to continue bullish. Or we've rejected that resistance up to the left-hand side, which is actually a bit of, you could argue it's a flyer level as well. And we could have just grabbed some upside liquidity in order to actually push back down into the range back below that 4,900 region, 4,880, 4,890. Potentially back down towards current day's low. I believe there's more potential upside, but again, I can't just buy it because I believe there's more potential for it to go up than down at the minute. Nice little swing on a 5-minute. Looking really good for continuation. If it does now close above the resistance, then this could really take off. DJ already moved 5.6% on gold. It's pretty big. Yep. Very big. But these moves are huge. All day again, even the small candles are big. That's pretty much the smallest candle that printed today. Let's just measure from open to the high. That's $12. So that's 124 pips in that particular candle. And it looks like nothing. It looks like maybe 30. Or that's just, it's crazy at the minute. Volume and the volatility is just on another level. And Herbert 48.95. Yeah, roughly. Book taper hit 4.7k. Nice one. Abdul, by the way, welcome back to the VIP. GU resistance, fire resistance, or should we wait? 15 flip bearish. Let me quickly look at GU. To be honest, I would preference it tapping into that resistance before it rejects. Now, the only other way I would consider a sell is if we flip the structure here on the 15-minute time frame, which would be the confirmation below the resistance here at 136.834. Sells below that point. But otherwise, if it, so I wouldn't look to sell it prior to that unless it pops up, rejects, forms a bit of support, and you get some sort of price action catalyst. So if this confirms resistance here, then what you probably need to wait for is the next candle to close bullish, create that support, tapping in, and then that's your support back below the resistance, and then you're just waiting for a closure below it. And that could be your confirmation to enter. Otherwise, I'd be focused on 136.830. That's all. From generating profits, finally went to France. No boy, nice one. All right, so under 2 minutes until session open, guys. Should do a meetup. I'll be in Thailand late March. You guys are welcome to come. Welcome to meet me wherever, really. Bangkok at some point. All right, guys. What do you guys reckon? We've got 1 minute as of now. We've got 1 minute until session open. What do you guys reckon? We're going to sweep some upside liquidity and head back down, or do you reckon we're just going to continue bullish? Yeah, I reckon we may continue bullish, but I'm not buying it based off that. Gosh, I see entry on silver just play out. I'm sure it did. It did too. Wow, look at that. So that entry is just phenomenal. Absolutely spot on. Time and time again. The interruption just does its bits on the daily. M15 late interruption play is valid. I'll look at it in a second. Let's just watch the market open here on gold. All right, so market open. Trying to push up. Again, 5 minutes, sorry, it's starting to look pretty good because we've formed support below the resistance. So if we can now, pop above it, it's really looking good for potential buys, continuation buys. I'd be hesitant to sell it. I definitely prefer confirmation of closure below, but good chance it's not going to give you that. GU. Are you talking about here? Yes. That's the cluster. I don't think I like that one, man, to be honest. No, I personally wouldn't take that. Cluster, you really want the consolidation. This to me is in consolidation. It's an impulse up and a pullback. Yeah, personally, I wouldn't see that as a valid entry. No, all good, mate. All good. Well, more than welcome. Next, thoughts on NDX 100 buy setup. Yesterday's chart. Let's quickly remove the drawings and mark up fresh. All right, starting the weekly. So again, we're in this really shitty area on the weekly time frame here. It's just consolidating. Just printing barcodes on the weekly time frame, but it does look like we could potentially come back up to the highs. Daily counter probabilities are bullish. Looks a little better on the daily. Don't have the lower wick though. Potentially could come down, but seeing it has a high, low, higher, high, has not much need to pop back down and break its own low. Having said that, if it did, that potentially could provide some entry points to the downside. Looking at the daily, good chance it could pop up to 26,160, retest the all-time high, the resistance, if it is to continue bullish. It's marking the current day's high as well. See if there's been any minor resistance formed at that level. The 4-hour structure, I would technically read that as flipping. Has flipped bullish. It's flipped back bullish just recently. Has a high, low, high, high to the previous candle. Currently at a resistance low. Well, let's just mark that in. We'll see if we need to adjust it on the M15. The downside, let's mark this in. Let's go down to the 15. So the 4-hour is at a resistance, but it is technically bullish. What we can see is the 15. Need to now adjust that to the highest point of any bearish candle. We're literally in the zone on the 4-hour zone here on the M15. To me, I'd want to be above it. Yeah, I definitely want to be above it because we're just consolidating at that level. So without the close above, what I could do is just pretty much what this candle did: pop up, reject, and your last thing you want to do is be stuck in a buy stop above the high, and it's just grab some upside liquidity and ends up shitting the bed and coming back below. So I would preference it closing above, pulling back to retest, and then look for a continuation. Otherwise, potential entry point to the downside could be on a close below resistance, support, sorry, on the minor time frame here. Now it's going to, well, actually, yes, it will be flipping a 15-minute structure. So that's your confirmation. Not only that, it's also at a higher time frame resistance. So it's rejecting the 4-hour resistance at that point as well. And closing below will confirm the 15-minute structure flip. So to me, that would really be a strong catalyst to look for a potential sell upon the rejection. So that would be below 25,866 roughly. If that is to be the case, I'd be more looking for downside. But again, it is quite bullish otherwise, so nothing wrong with looking for a pullback buy if you cannot get involved in that sell. That is what I'd be looking at on NAS. Hopefully it makes sense. Gold pulling back. Pulling back fast and hard, wow. Herbert, potentially donk. Yes, but I do have other interests. All right, so gold, the delayed interruption could be triggered. Now, once again, guys, at your own risk, because this volatility, you need to be quick managing your trade. So don't risk more than 1 or 2%. Is my personal opinion. I would not risk more than that. We are extremely volatile. This thing could easily just shit the bed. I'm crashing back down to earth. So just be cautious of that. But you're looking for a reaction of that resistance. 489,406. Will it get to that point? Remains to be seen. It may not. Again, we are trending bullish, so it could just pull back to break the high low. Let's have a look at a 5-minute. 5-minute, I mean, not that I use trend lines, but it's pretty much respecting it. If you were to use it, it's carrying high lows, it could just begin to flip, and then again the bias above the high would be pretty much the next potential entry. Nas, can I take one trade if you move at your last entry point? You like the entry, you can do what you want, but again you need to manage it yourself. So because of the volatility, I can, again, that 3-second latency would mean the difference between 50 pips and a loss or break even. Nags all good. Dean, thought so bad. Didn't it tap in already? Thought so, but didn't tap in already. Sorry. Oh no, it didn't tap in, mate. Have a look at German 40. Wow, look at that. And that's the confirmation. Did I or did I not say wait for the closure above, let it retest the Asian range high? What's it done? Wow, let's tap into the target right now. Cracking, absolute spot on as far as the analysis. I don't trade it though. But see what I mean by waiting for the confirmation as opposed to trying to get in here when it's about to break or breaking, assuming that's gonna be the candle that makes it. If you just wait for the confirmation, there is a much higher probability it will make the move. Not always, but 80+% chance that it will make the move. So patiently wait for that and don't predict the move. Tap into the 5-minute plus the interruption, not an entry I would be taking at the minute. The interruption is it's the best entry, guys. Interruption entry. My team absolutely love it. In fact, they're better at spotting it than what I am, to be honest. TR Hicks, what price for entry? Pretty much it's the highest point of this bearish candle on your broker's chart, whatever that is. Next, well, technically not in this one, but silver, I'm definitely in. And Hannah, you've joined your VIP. Does your VIP give access to your teachings and go through your strategy? The whole thing, mate. You get access to everything. The course, all the live calls away from the stream, which is again at least 4 times a week. Not just the course, all the other educational content. There is so much. There's hours of content, literally hours. Plus again the course, and it's all, the thing is with the course, you get recordings you get screenshots and you get numbered points, so it guides you step by step every single entry, trade management, all that type of thing. I worked bloody hard on it and I have been updating it. So yeah, you get access to everything, mate, and you get access to obviously myself, the group. Wow. Gold doing bits, silver doing bits. I'm just loving silver at the minute. May trail my stop up to below this candle, maybe. Reckon maybe June 40 will close the gap from 19th January. It's on its way. Oh yeah. Yep, potentially. Does seem to have momentum at the minute, so it could happen. Nice, good analysis, bro. Thank you, mate. So just over a minute remaining. Now, this is a pretty strong catalyst in itself. It's what we call liquidity candle. So why I call, there is a few different definitions of a liquidity candle. This to me is one of them. Leaving a long lower wick into the range below, only to close above it near its high. This is another. So what it's done is it's broken the low of the previous candle. And it was obviously pushing bearish at that point, and now it looks like it's going to close back above it, bullish engulfing. So what that suggests to me is we've perhaps grabbed that downside liquidity in order to push back bullish. So look at the 5 minute again, forming that higher low. I mean, to me, this looks like it could potentially break. Again, the issue is stop loss is huge. Yeah, 350 pips. Stop. Jesus. What is a man to do? But it does look good. $8 multimeter. Gold tapped into 1 minute support, went straight up. Yeah, maybe that is a time frame that becomes more valid in this type of scenario. Obviously, it has just here, and yep, it's pushed back. Straight bullish. Definitely interesting times. High volatility. Yeah, this thing looks good. There we go, it's breaking just now. So again, the issue is the stop loss here. Not in it, guys, because I'm running a nice silver trade. I don't need to force anything. But I totally understand why this thing may just now push further. Based on that theory, liquidity candle. So normally that would be a really nice win already. You'd be up some 30 plus pips, but in this case it doesn't cut it because stop loss is way too wide. But again, guys, if nothing else, you'd learn what to look out for on the charts. There are going to be times where these candles aren't 300 plus pips. They're going to be normal, and you're going to say, right, this is what he was talking about. Let's see, watch it for a bit, then begin to trade it once you know, or got the evidence that it works. So by coming to these streams, it's not always about me calling a trade for you. And for the most part I will, and it's it's going to be quality. But you learn what to look out for. You learn about the interruption, what it means. You learn about the liquidity candle. You learn about this liquidity candle, what it potentially means. So guys, don't know what more people expect from some of these streams, but most of you appreciate it, and I appreciate that. So again, what you need to do is make sure you hit the like button, make sure you're joining me on the regular, make sure you subscribe, make sure you're following, all that good stuff. And we'll continue to kill it. I'll continue to give you some quality sound advice. And we'll keep it real. So, I mean, you would have pretty much got a 1-to-1. If you had a stop loss below the entry candle, would have been bloody super tight stop. But you would have got there by the looks of it. So, guys, another quality day. But on that note, we're far away from this level. So, potentially you could have a delayed interruption. Has it tapped in? It cannot have tapped in. If it's tapped in, a delayed interruption is not valid. Doesn't look like it technically, it hasn't. Technically not. So if this candle closed strong bullish, then you may have another delayed interruption on the 15. The same issue applies. You're going to have a huge stop loss. So adjust accordingly, guys, if you are considering that. But in the meantime, I'm going to go and, yep, exactly, Dean. I'm going to go off and have some dinner. I'm going to call it. You're on 10K profit. Nintendo, good work, mate. Don't be greedy. Enjoy it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, like I said, go off, make some dinner, take a bit of a break, and come back later on with my team for members only call, or what they call a silver bullet session. Sunboss Gold Lens, and love what you do, Mr. Justin. You can see I'm here from beginning, even without trading count, just to learn from you. Keep pushing, man, and soon I will get fun soon. Nice one, brother. Appreciate it. Carl, yep, you too. Everyone else, go well, guys. Thank you for your support as always. My team, I will end the call and I'll see you guys in about maybe an hour and a half from now. Look forward to that. Take care. YouTube, TikTok. Have a good one, guys. Trade safe. Still quite volatile out there, so choppy. Not choppy. It's definitely moving, but stop losses are wide. Be very strict with trade management, so be careful, guys. Don't want to hear that you've destroyed an account trying to catch these moves. Take it easy out there. Have a good one, and I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Cheers, team. Bye, guys.